start with the beginning. What got you here? What made you want to become an author?
Booktalk. It was, well, okay, how I became a book. So, um, I've always written stories, songs, stories, whatever. I've always loved writing. Um, but I heard about TikTok, okay? And so I checked out the app, saw some funny things, thought this is great. Worked my way over to Booktalk, and I was like, this is cool. And that's when I learned that you could publish. I didn't know you could self-publish.
Hmm.
2 years ago, he would ask me that, said, hey, you can self-publish. I went, no, what? Didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people have learned from TikTok that you can self-publish,
Yeah.
which I
So,
find interesting because I thought that was common knowledge.
no. And, well, for me, it wasn't. So, yeah, so I did the research and, so yeah, then I did the work, the research, and boom,
I
there
like
I
it.
was. Yeah.
Do me a favor, go get the book that's on top next to my bed. It's blue and black. It's got a girl on it.
Which one?
It is a beautiful
You're
girl.
looking for this one?
I
Oh,
have
great.
I have the other two sitting right here, but the first one is next to my bed, and I just realized I didn't grab it. Um, so
These are the two that were on.
it's this one, baby. Thank you. I appreciate you.
By the way, she's
Okay.
more than pretty.
She's very pretty. She said she's more than pretty.
I'll tell you.
So for people that don't know, tell us what genre your books are considered.
Paranormal romance overall. But they're shifters. It would be considered post-apocalyptic and dystopian.
I would not have guessed that. Nice. Okay. So tonight we're talking about this series right here, and I feel like I say it wrong because for some reason I didn't feel like I was saying it correctly, even though I've listened to y'all say it like 100 times. I'm gonna say Homani because that's what Alexa said.
Exactly. It's Homani. Because what it is, it's homogeneous animalia put together. Humans, animals. It's the Latin for human animals put together.
Oh, okay. Now that makes sense. For
Mhm.
some reason, I was struggling with that. I was like, I'm not saying this correctly. So tell me, where did this, like, how did we get to this series? Because this is incredible. I've enjoyed reading this thing so much. And I'm so excited that I get to share it with somebody tonight because I am really, really enjoying this series.
Well, thank you. The series itself, it always starts with a what if situation. I like reading shifters. Um,
Mhm.
and I was sitting there one day and I was like, well, what if? What if they were made? They weren't deemed by the gods. They weren't bitten. They were created in a lab. Because,
Oh,
oh, that's gorgeous. Thank you. Because humans can be not so nice. So, especially people in power. And so I was like, huh, so what if they decided to, play Frankenstein and create this people? And so that's where it started. It went from there. And it's like, okay, well, how would that happen? Well, what would that look like with society? What if that got out in society? How would society react? And then it just snowballed from there. And then the world got built. And then I was like, well, then how would these people survive? And, could they keep it quiet? You know, um, and obviously the world went to hell in a handbasket in the first one, because it tells you, because it's again, it's in the future, right?
mhm.
Um, and then it was like, okay, well, how can they survive? Now, that being said, and I'm going to answer this question before it's even asked. The clothing issues, okay? Everybody's always like, okay, these men do not respect clothing, and it's post-apocalyptic, and you can't get a bra that fits on a now, let alone then.
That's
And
true.
my answer is there's Amazon depots and there's Costco's that can be rated. Okay, even 25 years in the future, there's still stuff probably stuck somewhere in a warehouse. Or you have a good seamstress. Okay, so
They could learn. I could see that. Tara says they don't. So each one of these is they're standalones, but they're connected because each one is a different story, and they're all different shifters. Like I love when there's different shifters. Like it's not just one thing. There's like all kinds of things. Is it ever hard to keep track of that? Like because there's all these people and all their different characteristics.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of documents involved with, okay, this person has this traits and this person does this, your character sheets. Thank you, see. Um, it can be, sometimes you have to go back I mean, Tara could tell you she had, one shifter shift into a lion that was a wolf one time. Um,
I
don't
love
know
it.
how that happened, but I mean, it does happen. Like, you have to go back and there's one character in there, Dawn, that I had to think when I was writing book 3. I was like, what was she again? Oh, yes. Okay. So, and then go back and go, okay, well, what color was her coat? What color was, what was this? And just do that. But yeah, it is hard sometimes to keep track, but
Well, you did it very well, at least from a reader's perspective. I never got confused. But it was still fun to see, like, because you had the wolves, you had the tigers, and I loved it. And it made me happy because it wasn't just one thing. We could shift into all kind of things. And I like this. I like this. Now this series is officially complete, correct? This is just a trilogy?
it's a series. That's,
Okay.
that's complete. Okay. So here's the thing. A trilogy is 1, 2, 3, and you'll never see it again.
Okay.
Okay. Tara, nope. These 3 books, this story right here is complete.
Okay.
Okay. Now, will you see this world again? Quite possibly.
Okay.
But if you've read through, and you'll be going, but the epilogue. And I'll be like, yeah, the epilogue. You may see the future, what happens. Because I like to jump in time. So
Nice. Okay. So now that this particular series is done, since I said it wrong, I didn't know there was a difference. I'm glad you told me that because I've been saying it wrong. Now that this is done,
but that's how I look at it. So
it makes sense. It makes sense. So now that you're done with this for now, is what is coming next for you?
okay. So I have I'm working on an antho piece right now for Hear Me Out. Because I did one and it was all edited, and then I was going in and doing the final edits and realized that I couldn't use it because it actually was going to be someone else's story in here. And then I realized that, yeah, don't start, Brooke. So I realized I couldn't use it because I would have had to give away too many spoilers.
Ah,
So that will be a bonus story that you all will get later. Okay. So right now I'm working on a new anthology piece for Hear Me Out. And believe it or not, it's a sci-fi romance.
oh, okay.
But once I'm done that, I have a standalone that I'm doing, which is a vampire thriller romance. And then when I'm done that, I'll be going back to the anthology piece, and that will probably be a 5 to 7 book series.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot planned. I'm excited. I can't wait to read it because now that I've read this one, I don't want to stop. It takes me a while sometimes to get around to these books, but y'all, when I get hooked on them, I need to read it start to finish. Now talk to me about the anthology. The Hear Me Out anthology is what y'all are doing for TGAT.
Right.
And for people that cannot attend, will they be able to purchase this anthology? I'm asking for me.
Yeah, absolutely. We
Kidding.
will, yeah, we will be doing, for people who are, that are attending, they'll be able to order, pre-order, signed copies, which we'll have there. But yes, we will have it out, Pre-order link in the site. There we go. See? So Tara's right on down there. Yeah, so on the site, we do have a pre-order link, and so that they can order the Hear Me Out anthology for sure.
I mean, I would have got my hands on one way or another, but other people might want that because it's going to be amazing. Y'all have got an incredible lineup. And since we're talking about TGAT, we'll go ahead and mention it. For those that are living under a rock and don't know what's coming in February, would you like to tell them?
Yes. So in February 2024, the 23rd and 23rd, I'm
The words are hard. It's okay. Words are hard.
I just woke up, remember? So,
Exactly.
so February 23rd and 24th, we are hosting the Grand Author Takeover. We are taking over the Grand Hotel in Carleton Place, Ontario, Canada. We will have Friday night will be wine and stuff, meet and greets with the authors, and then Saturday will be the book signing. We have quite a few authors from both sides of the border that are going to be there. Yes, there'll be an 80s dance party, Brooke. I promised you. I know.
She is all about this dance party.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Bookish people, we have cover models coming. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's something that, I'll be able to see, hey, JC, be able to see a lot of people that I've always wanted to meet, and if they're okay with a hug, then I get to hug them. And if not, well, I'll, high five them or something from Air Five or something.
Yeah, totally.
Exactly.
Tay, who is singing? Are you singing, Sarren?
No.
Okay. Maybe
My
she's talking
singing
about
days are
Brooke.
over. Thank you. They're
She said she'll be singing. I'm like, who is singing? Did I miss that memo? And if people want to buy tickets for this event, where can they go find those tickets?
So they can go to thegrandauthortakeover.com. We have a link to Eventbrite, where we're selling tickets, and so they can get their tickets. And actually, when they purchase their tickets, in their cart they can actually pre-order the Hear Me Out anthology.
Oh, very nice. That's always convenient.
Yeah.
Look, I'm super jealous. I wish, I know y'all keep telling me to expedite my passport, but I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get my passport in time because I'm super jealous. I want to go. Y'all's lineup is incredible. It is going to be amazing.
You can expedite. Britt even said that you can bunk with her if you want. So I mean,
I need to make some phone calls. Okay. It is going to be a lot of fun. So if you haven't heard about TGAT or you need to find out about it, go to thegrandauthortakeover.com and look it up because it's going to be fantastic. I'm super excited to see how far you girls take this because I think it's going to be very successful. But back to the book. Sorry, it got mentioned and I didn't want to skip over it because everybody needs to know about that. Do you have trigger warnings in your books?
always. So as soon as you always check the author's notes. Always on the author notes is where I go, just because the Zon can be a bit of a eggplant about things. So so I always put my author's notes. I always say see author's notes, and that's where I put them. And and I list. I have access to a therapist, so that actually that reads my books, and they actually help me with all the trigger warnings.
I never thought of that being an option for authors. That is incredible. And I see that you're an award-winning novel. What is this? She also has an award-winning novel under the name Coffee Angela.
Agnello. You didn't know that?
I knew you had won an award, but I didn't know which book it was, and I didn't know it was under a different name. Hang on.
Just 1 second. I'll grab it.
Let me write that down because I need to go find this award-winning novel. Okay. Best-selling award-winning author.
Ow. So Elizabeth, of course, the beautiful Elizabeth Gardner, who does amazing covers and formatting and all the fun things. Oh, that is pretty. Okay. She did the cover for Sarah's Rising.
You know
And,
what? I have that book, and I just never paid attention that their name is different.
and this one, I have that book. I've read so many books, I don't even know what I have anymore.
I have it. I just never paid attention that the name is different.
Yeah, it's Coffee Ignello. I wrote this under a different pen. This was the first book I actually published. Well, yeah, I published this short story just to learn the ropes, and then I published this. And yeah, this one, yeah, I won Firebird Award. Won the actually two of those, but yeah, it's won a couple awards. But I
You
think it
can't
also
just blow past that. Like, that's an accomplishment. That is something you should be proud of, ma'am. Like, not everybody is out here just winning awards.
okay. It also won a 5-star reads. Okay, so there you go.
Amazing.
But yeah.
Better to admit.
Yeah. So yeah, and yeah, so that was the first book that I wrote, and then I wrote the Homani series.
So what? So you went from one pen name to another. Why did we change our pen name?
Genres, 100%.
Genre.
Yeah, this year, speaking of trigger warnings, pay attention. These are not put in there lightly. Triggers in here are for a reason, 100%. Everything that's in that for the trigger warnings are there, and they're hardcore. So yeah, and this is a healing journey. This isn't a romance. Okay. There's a happy ending though. There is a happy ending, so but it's Elizabeth did an amazing job. Like the artwork inside of this book is just amazing, and it goes through so if you can look at the whole wraparound.
It's gorgeous.
I don't want to crack the spine because but that's the whole wraparound, and she starts with with the embers and throughout the inside, and then it goes to the flames, and then in the end, and at the very end, it has the phoenix rising, and it's all throughout the book itself. Like, it just progresses as the story progresses. So again, it's yeah.
I love how you can talk about how incredible Miss Garner is, which Elizabeth is a very, very talented person all around. Like, I don't know how she made, like, she's incredible. But why you just overlook your own? Like, you hyping up everybody else. Did you forget to hype yourself up?
No. It's, I look at it this way. We're all very supportive of each other.
You are.
I mean, Tara's killing it with these logos and stuff right now, and with all her books. Yeah, she's killing it. I mean, everyone has talents, and they're all amazing authors, and everybody that I've met, everybody's been so supportive, and we try to we support each other, and I'm not just talking about like Tara and Kim and Elizabeth and Brooke. I'm talking about everybody. Like, I've come across so many people, like even you, like, you're amazing. People don't thank you enough, ma'am, for what you do, and for how much you support everybody, and for how much you hype everybody up. So you need to take a bow.
I enjoy doing this because I think your books are fantastic, and I enjoy telling people about your book. I'm just somebody that likes to talk about books, and decided I was going to try to talk to authors, and didn't think it would ever get this far. But I love the group of people that you have surrounded yourself, and not just the girls that we see on Tuesday night, but the whole Hype Girl Squad. If you're in their Discord, like, it is an amazing, amazing support system. How do you think that helps you as an author?
Oh, so many ways. You it's like the saying, you show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
Mm.
You surround yourself with people that you all have the same goals, the same interests, and you're all trying to achieve the same thing. And you uplift each other. If somebody has a question, you pop it in Discord, and you've seen, I mean, Shelly, if you've been in Discord, you see what happens. You pop a question in Discord, right? And you've got like 5 to 10 answers just like that. Everybody in there, it's a safe space that everybody can just be themselves, and yet they're open, and genuine. And it's like, hey, I'm here, I'm doing my thing, right? You want to body double with me? Let's body double. But, oh, you got a question? Hey, if I don't have an answer, I can find out. Or, or what do you need? Or does this make sense? Or everybody's working or I need an editor, I need a proofreader, I need this, or, and everybody just keeps going. And it's like everybody's just holding hands and saying, come on, you know what? When one of us wins, we all win. So let's all do this together. And it's that support group, that those days that when you feel like, I don't want to get out of bed, or I don't think I can do this anymore. I want to burn my laptop, those types of things, or whatever. You have that group of people that are just like, hey, guess what? We got you, boo. Let's go. You know what I mean? It's okay. It's okay to have an off day. Not everything's rainbows and unicorns, right? And everybody loves you where you're at. And that's the community that's been built there.
I love it. And I love seeing that.
Brooke, you say that.
She's told me that before, and that I love that for her too, because it's so important to have a community that is so supportive of just the little things, even those when not author related things. But the very first time that I met you, you made a comment, and I think that it's super important. And you said, I'm not here, like, we're not in competition. The same person that reads my books will read, can read so-and-so's books, and that's fine. And I think that matters. Like, a lot of people try to go tit for tat, and there is no competition there. No. It is just support.
One of my favorite stories to tell actually is the day Kim, I'm sorry, I love you, babe. I love you with all my ass and anxiety. When Kim put out her newsletter and she put Homani Tried in the newsletter, written by T.S. Tappan. And it was the best thing ever. Okay? Because she's like, oh yeah, right? And, I was like, some people would have been like, right? I was like, are you kidding me? Do you know how many readers Tara has? Bring it. My sales went up. I was like, ma'am, you can change my name all you want, anytime you want, because I gained new readers. And then guess what they did? They bought the next book. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I got to, interact with them. So yeah, it was the funniest thing. But no, there's no competition. Are you kidding me? That's the thing. No.
I love that though.
Yeah. But it was a funny story.
It is funny. And hey, you're both, like, there's shifters in both, and there's all different kinds of shifters. So I mean, it kind of was along the same lines. So I mean, it was.
We're shifters, but I mean, she's MC, and even if we were writing both of us, MC, the exact same thing. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. You're going to get. Okay, so it's like this.
Written by Tara.
You watch 5 people witness an accident.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or something that happens. Police take them all aside and they question them each individually. Right? You're going to get 5 different perspectives of what happened.
Yep.
And that's not based on the fact that they didn't all see the same thing. Their answers are going to be based on A, could be the angle where they're coming from. B, their own life experience. Their own, how they perceive things, whether it be from, their upbringing or whatever. All the different things will each color their responses to the police, right? Which is why they will give different answers. So it's the same thing with books. You can take the exact same genre, um, give an outline and say to 5 authors and say, here's the outline, here's the thing, go write it. You're going to get 5 different stories.
Very true. It's very true. But I love it. I love that y'all are just, you're so supportive, and you don't, there is no competition. Like, you guys are just, and y'all promote each other more than you promote yourselves. I've noticed that, like, y'all are so quick to promote all of your friends, and then you'll be like, oh, and I have these books too over here. Like, except for Tarta, she's all about push as much as, but she promotes everybody. And then she's also throwing the howlers, which I'm not going to complain, because
Well, I mean, Tara's marketing plan, what was it? I think to quote Tara was, I'm just going to annoy everybody until they buy all my books. And it works. Have you seen her page reads? Like, and they're great books. So why not?
I
Yeah.
probably see at least a howlers on my FYP at least once or twice a week, so I'm here for it. I love my hype girls. They have become some of my best friends. They're the best people. So what is a genre, or a trope, or just something in general that you will never see yourself writing as an author?
Any of the step stuff.
Steps. Okay.
Yeah, that coming from a mixed family, I I just can't. I won't yuck anybody else's yum, okay? But I just can't, because the first thing I think of is like my stepbrother. I'm like, no, no, no. But yeah, I mean, like I said, and I won't yuck anybody else's yum. Absolutely. It's a huge market out there with that. But myself personally, no. No.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
I got off track and I forgot to go down. Do you consider yourself a plotter, or a pantser? I felt like I said that wrong.
Planter.
That seems to be the thing right now. Everybody's just plantsing it.
So what you'll see is you'll get something like this, right? Which is a very, very loose outline. And then I sit down and I just write it. But I just need to know where I need to be at the beats. And then other than that, I just wing it. And half the time they don't listen. It took me 2 weeks to get to a diner. And Homani tried 2 weeks. That diner scene, 2 weeks took me to get to that diner. Yep.
Well, I mean, they had other directions for you to go. That's all.
Yeah. You have things to do, people to do. So
83 years. Now, when you are finished with a book and it is off to be published, like there's nothing else for you to do except for promote it, how do you celebrate?
I don't really. I mean, other than, we celebrate in Discord, I guess, but it's like, hey, but no, like, I didn't do like for a true. Actually, I just ended up doing a little thing on my own. I did ASMR Sarren, actually, because I sat there and just read one line for something to do. But yeah, Discord, yeah, a lot of stuff happens in Discord. But as for like going and doing something special for myself or anything like that, no, no.
I'm gonna need somebody somewhere to come up with an idea of like a cake, publishing cake or something, so that like it's just an automatic guarantee when y'all publish books, you get cake and wine. Like this just needs to happen, because nobody is celebrating that y'all did something. Y'all wrote a whole book and it's going out to the public. Do y'all know how hard that is?
Ma'am, do you know how many my friends, with as many as they write and as quick as they write, would just become alcoholics?
Okay, so Tarta excluded, with her 11 books that are getting ready to come out.
Yeah, not only Tara, have you Tanya Lynn?
That's right.
I have met Tanya Lynn. That girl, I think, has published 7 books. I think it's 7, because I think she only had one out when I first met her. So
Yes, I
working
think
on
she
book
said she
group.
put up her 9th book, didn't she?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she was just working, just publishing book two, and now I think she's up to like nine. So six. Yeah, but how many are you ready to press the button for, girl? Right, and then right. I mean, like it's just it's crazy, and like Kim, like all of them, like they all have like a gazillion books. So Robert, don't even go there. Robert would well, we if we had if we took a shot every time Robert published a book, right? I'd need a new liver. So, so
Okay, so maybe not the wine, but at least cake or cupcake. We'll do a cupcake. That way it's not the whole cake. It's just the one cupcake. Okay.
we had the beaties. We'd all have the beaties, okay? We had the beaties, that'd be it. We'd all have the beaties.
It is a crumb. Look, I was trying here. I was trying. I thought y'all needed to be rewarded, but I forget that some of y'all publish really, really fast. Okay. Um,
Oh my God.
Now, talk to me about the covers for these books because they are absolutely gorgeous. So, who designed them? Where did you get the idea from, or the idea from? Because they're just so pretty. He's gorgeous. He's yummy. Like I
Oh,
just want to say.
yeah. Yeah, we
And
decided
then we
to
can't forget
tell
this
people that that's
one.
my husband. Yes. So, funny story. I for Hermione Tribe, I wanted a plus size model. And when you go looking for, yeah, Brit's in actually the model's right
Yeah,
there, Brit. Please go follow her. She's
I
amazing.
just did.
Yeah. So I wanted a plus size model, and you go on deposit photo, and it's like the same, like two or three girls,
Hmm.
and it's like, yeah, right. So Brit models. Also does plus size modeling for Sisterly Swimwear.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, and she's a friend of my daughter's, and I was like, hey, would you be interested in a photo shoot? So, and she was. And so that's how we ended up getting, yeah, we are hoarding Brit's photos. She's done two photo shoots for us now. So, so, so it was amazing. So she did that, and she was fantastic, and she's amazing to work with. And so I took the photo, and I had a photographer take the photo. And then I had Canva, and I said to Elizabeth, I would like you to do my cover. And she's like, well, what would you like? So if you ever want a good laugh, um, I will go on Canva and I will show you my skill level. Okay. And so I basically did this little mock-up that looked like a 4-year-old did at daycare. Okay. With just pasting things around. I love you in America. Yeah. And and I went, this is what I'm kind of looking for. And Elizabeth went with whatever Photoshop or Adobe's or whatever she uses, and she went, "Oh, you mean this?" And I went, "Yes, that's what I'm looking for." Okay, there we go. So
Unicorn
yeah,
magic.
yeah. So that's what happened. But yeah, so she did all my covers, and then of course all the beautiful little things inside that she does with them. So, but yeah, she does an amazing job.
Don't forget the smoke.
Yes. Okay. So Jax, what you notice here? Yeah, it is. So it looks like he's tying something around his waist, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So the original photo, and I wish I could show you. I'll send it to you. The copy, the picture of the original photo. It's hilarious. Um, when she had it, there was a little gap down here, and it was well, let's just say things looked really interesting. Okay. Smoke had to be added. Smoke had to be added.
Okay. So do we know this cover model, or was he just for fun?
No, but that reminds me that I did want to go on, find out the photographer, contact the photographer to contact the cover model to see if they would go to TGAT, because you know me, I'll shoot a shot anywhere.
Oh,
I don't,
absolutely.
yeah, I don't care.
And
So,
now this one you had with you yesterday too, correct?
yes. No, actually, okay, so this again is a deposit photo, but Cass looks very similar to her in
Maybe that's what it
person.
was. She does look like her.
She does. Like if you put a long black wig on Cass, yeah, like Cass looks very similar. It's funny.
I
It's
like
actually
it.
quite faint.
And but this cover model right here, this one right here, this one's going to be at TGAT, right?
Correct. Britt will be there.
So,
Yeah.
so if y'all go to TGAT, y'all can meet the cover model. That's on this book. She's also on one of Tarta's books as well. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. She's on the new cover of On the Clock, and I think Kim has her lined up next. I don't know if it's Kim or Liz or Kim or Tara that has her lined up next for another cover. So
First 10 covers are free. She's gonna be passed around the hype Discord in a good way on covers. Let's
right.
clarify that. I don't want that to be taken the wrong way. I mean, I'm here for it. She's a gorgeous girl. So absolutely.
Yeah.
Now I'm assuming that over the course of your author career, you've had some negative feedback. Tell me how you handle that.
Okay, so you mean like a review or just
In general,
to
you
your
can do
face
review
type of
or
thing?
any type of negative criticism.
Well, first off, when anyone gives you, listen, I'm all for constructive criticism.
Mhm.
You know, you listen, you learn, and you grow, right? Um, if it's outside of constructive criticism, I always look at the source,
That's a yeah.
right? And just kind of go from there. But like I said, if it's constructive criticism where it's something I look at them and look at it and go, you know what? That's a valid point, 100%. And like I said, you situational awareness. Don't get me started, Brooke. So, but yeah, I am always open to like again constructive criticism because again you learn and you grow that way. But criticism for just being the sake of being a dick, then I'm sorry you feel that way, and I feel sorry for you, and I hope whoever hurt you in your past, you know, you get therapy for it. So that's pretty much how I look at it.
But it doesn't affect you in a negative way. It doesn't bother you that they have.
Well, you think you'd be lying if you said it doesn't, because you get hurt. It's like, why? You know, why you be so mean? You know what I mean? But why would you be so mean about that? Although I must say, you can also be very impressed with how much work somebody will put into that.
That is true. That is true.
Some people will put a lot of work into it, and you know what? You can impress me with that, and I will be like, okay, cool. Might not agree with what you said, but I am impressed with your work ethic on that. So, but yeah, no, I mean, it hurts at first, and you just kind of, you sit back and you go, okay, people are people, and things can happen, and that's their opinion, and I wasn't for them, and that's okay. But
Take your medicine.
you know, then you, especially with your written review, you look at things with a critical eye, and if there's something that you pull out and go, you know what, you know, maybe they were right about this, or, you know, or this was, you know, or if it's something that's said. I mean, I have actually some feedback has actually made changes to how this story went, this whole series went. So funny story. My dad said to me, he goes, you know, he said, I really like the story, but I think you swore too much in it. right? And I was like, oh, okay. So my 85-year-old dad. Okay. And I'm like, mm-hmm. Um,
I was reminding my daughter. Anyways,
um, and I said, that's it? That's all you've got for feedback? He goes, yeah. He's like, a really good story. He goes, I really liked it. He goes, but I think you swore too much. I went, you're okay with the other scenes? And he's like, oh yeah. He goes, any old dog can learn a new trick. So, and that was it for me. I was like, okay, Dad, love you. You got to go now because I can't.
no.
So,
I like it.
yeah.
Um, since there's shifter people, who would you choose to be like your mascot or like your spirit animal, however you want to word that?
Like if I chose any animal or out of the series.
To represent you, it could be any animal. It doesn't have to be like in the series, just in general. What animal do you think represents you the best?
Owl.
An owl? Are you a night person?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
But why an owl? This is what I have not heard. I'm curious.
Um, owls are always watching. Um, and I like to pay attention.
If y'all didn't know, Sarren can find somebody in like 2.5 seconds. She can tell you what they had for dinner like 5 weeks ago on a Tuesday at 5 o'clock p.m.
If I've had a nap. Okay, so,
Okay,
so
that's fair. The nap is needed.
mhm, mhm.
What do you want to accomplish over the entirety of your author career?
Oh, so like the end goal, the absolute end goal type of thing? Or just what do I want at the end of it to be like, that's what she's remembered for?
What is something that you just personally want to accomplish? Or what do you want to be remembered for? I
Um,
like that wording better.
well, personal accomplishment, I've already done it. I hit publish on the first book.
That's a big deal. That's a really big deal.
Yep. What do I want to be remembered for? Um, I would say in the author world, I would want to be remembered for as a she told some good stories. She built some amazing worlds, but most of all, she was a supportive friend.
I like that. I think you've accomplished that. I think you've accomplished that for sure. Because I know you've made an impact. Because I've heard some people and the way that they speak about you is very respectful and very grateful.
Thanks, Jeff.
So let's talk a little bit about you. Where are you from?
I am
Obviously.
from New Brunswick, Canada.
If y'all couldn't tell, I love the accent. Y'all's accent just makes me so happy. What is your favorite thing about yourself?
Um, the favorite thing about myself, I can I give it my all.
Okay. Um, what is a skill that you would like to learn?
To a real skill or excuse me. Um, can a skill I'd like to learn. How to build a website properly. So like
Good one.
so
When you learn, teach me.
right? Like how to do that. Mhm.
I like that. Okay. If someone made a soundtrack to your life, what are some of the songs that we would hear on this soundtrack?
Ooh, okay. Geez, you're gonna go everywhere on this one. Trying trying to remember her. I'm stalling because I'm trying to remember the girl's name who sings it. Um,
What's the title? Maybe somebody can help you out.
Farmer's Daughter by
Rodney Atkins?
no, second. We're all going to the computers here for a second. It's actually on my Spotify list. But if I, what's that?
Is it a country song?
Yeah, it's kind of a country. Second,
Is it a man?
it's a woman. It's just 1 second here.
Somebody said Tanya Tucker.
No, that is good guess, but that's not.
You sound like Kim. That's a good guess.
What's that?
You sound like Kim the other night. That's a good guess.
Right. Crystal by Crystal Bowersox.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you haven't heard that song, and if you haven't listened to her sing, if you like, basically a country Janis Joplin.
I don't think I've ever listened to her. I'm going to have to go look her up when we're done.
So that would be one. Yeah, absolutely. Anything by Fleetwood Mac, 100%. Anything by the Eagles, any classic rock, a lot of country. My husband would say one song in particular would definitely be Beautiful Crazy, because that's how he sees me. And that is me in a nutshell.
I'm writing this in here for her so she can. Bower.
Yeah, Bowersox. Yeah.
Drake White.
Oh yeah, well Drake White. That's like damn music. Okay, so,
What would be your theme song? Like, what is the song like when it comes on the radio? You got to turn it up, and you're having a full concert, or like you would want it played every time you walked into a room. Like, what would be your theme song?
Purple Rain.
I love Purple Rain. Yes.
So, yeah. Or When Doves Cry. Anything by I love Prince. So anything by Prince. Yeah.
You get to have a dinner party with 3 famous people, and they can be famous completely your definition of famous. Tell me what 3 people are we inviting?
Anne Rice. Because I need to know all the things. Living or Dead, too, right? Obviously.
You can invite anybody. Tanya Lynn said Hannibal Lecter.
Actually, who played Brooke? Quick, who played Hannibal Lecter? Because I can't think. What's his name? Oh my God, I can see him.
Anthony Hopkins.
Thank you. I'll take Anthony Hopkins for dinner.
Just not as Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, he could come with the mask. I don't care. Whatever. It's fine. A little salt on anything. So, uh, and David Grohl.
Ooh, that would definitely make for a very interesting dinner. Who would play you in a movie about your life?
I would like Ashley Judd.
Ooh, I could see that. I could definitely see that. What movie monster do you think you could win if you were in a fight with?
Movie monsters that I win against?
Movie monster villain, because he doesn't have to be a monster. It could be a villain.
Jeez.
Brooke says all of them.
Honestly, I'm gonna go with Jason. 'Cause
Okay.
he was slow as hell. I mean, how could you not run away? The guy just walked. He never ran once, right? Like a slight jog and you're ahead of him. It never made any sense to me. So,
Jason or Jason's mom. Um, do you think you would survive a zombie apocalypse?
oh hell yes, 100%.
Oh, you're convinced.
No,
I like it.
yeah.
I'm moving to Canada if there's ever some zombies.
This
Got
is
it.
actually this is actually like if the world went to hell in a handbasket tomorrow. This
Hmm.
is the meeting point for my kids. Like legit, you come to mom's. We're good. Yeah, she's resourceful.
Note to self, find Sarren's.
Yeah.
Tanya said, don't come find me. What mythological, supernatural, paranormal person, creature do you think would make the worst roommate?
Um, Geez. I mean, you could go with your minotaurs. You could go with, I've heard a lot of different ones.
No target.
But
Trip would be the
honestly,
best roommate.
I would say, a zombie just for the smell. I got to think about smells. Like, no, just no.
I can imagine that zombies would smell
Yeah,
not
like,
pretty at all.
no. Hey, Ashley or April. Yes, geez. I can't see the comments because I have the way my glasses are. They do transition, and I'm just at
Mm.
the spot where everything's blurry on the bottom, so I can't
Oh
see
no.
really very well.
Let's see. You get to jump into a pool filled with anything but water. What is it filled with?
Whiskey.
Oh. Now, are you going to drink your way out?
You know what? If I drown happy. So
Facts. And then, of course, you can't not ask this question. And I know you know it's coming. So, what would you do if you came home and you found a penguin in your freezer?
okay, so there's been much discussion about this tonight with my husband. So so because I actually posed the question to him. Okay, well, what would you do?
Okay.
And his answer was shut the freezer door, you know, grab a neighbor, bring it outside, let it go because it's not paying rent, it's not staying, right? My answer was if it's a male penguin and it has a pebble, then holy shit, I just discovered that my husband's a shifter.
But what if your husband's there?
Then I have a why choose situation. But the best, honestly, Tanya, I'm going to double down on what you said because you went to the whole economy thing. I hate to say it, and for the sensitive one, anybody who's sensitive in the comments, to be quite honest with you, meat's expensive, so we'd be having penguin tots for quite a while. So I'll just
Well,
brine that
I'm
bit.
going to have to change this. This question's going to have to be changed in January because y'all are giving like the best answers. Like, I don't know. Yeah, these are great. These are great. Okay, so we are giving away, and the one that I'm actually giving away is all wrapped up pretty the way Sarren sent it. But we are giving away all 3 books in the Homani series. So you're getting all 3, and they are all signed by Sarren. But again, they're all wrapped and pretty up there on my thing. I pulled these out so y'all could see them, and we had 86 winners. But before we give them away, we're gonna play a very quick game of this or that, and yeah. I need to go through these. But tattoos or piercings?
I wish I could do either. If I had the choice, I would absolutely do tattoos.
Air guitar or air drums?
Air drum.
Theme park or a water park?
Theme park.
Mountains or the beach?
I love the ocean.
It's pretty. It's very pretty. Movie night or a game night?
Game night, 100%.
Hair clips or scrunchies?
Whatever I can find.
That's fair.
That stuff goes missing constantly. Yeah.
Chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry?
Chocolate.
French fries, chips, or onion rings?
Okay, okay. Whereas the girls are font snobs, I'm a French fry snob.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Don't you have that? Isn't that? Is it poutine?
Poutine.
Yes. Isn't that French fries?
It's French fries with gravy and cheese curds.
I need to. Okay, so
And
French.
now they're doing this thing where they're putting deep fried pickles on top, and I'm like, what? What? It's like cholesterol in a bowl, and I love it. But yes, so, yes.
See, my problem is I don't do pickles, so the gravy and the cheese curds, like I'm okay with, but the pickles, no, I couldn't.
She's allergic.
To the side. She's allergic. That sounds like my daughter. My daughter says she's allergic to mushrooms. I'm like, you're not allergic to mushrooms. You just don't like them. She goes, well, they make my stomach hurt. And I'm like, it's because you don't like them. So you don't want to eat them.
I'm not allergic, but I won't tell them that if I go to a restaurant. I will tell them I'm allergic so that they will not put them on my sandwich. But because I cannot stand pickles. Like I was traumatized as a child with pickles, so I just don't eat pickles.
So you lied to me. How dare you?
My sisters used to like try to shove them in my face because I told them I didn't like them.
Uh-huh.
Like they would corner me and like try to make me eat the pickle. So I can't. I just can't. It doesn't work for me. Physical book or an e-reader?
If my budget afforded me, I would have physical books galore. I would have Bell's Library. Right? But yeah, ebook is where I do majority.
Look, I like my ebooks, but then I have to have my physical books for my trophies. It's like try it before you buy it.
So here's the cool thing. Just side note here for a second. So Dog-Eared Books, that's the little bookstore that's doing consignment for any author that would like to put their books in a bookstore. Dog-Eared Books has opened up their shelves. Emily's doing this thing where it's a advent calendar of books. So for $36, you get 25 books. I kid you not. Okay.
That is amazing.
And she wraps them.
Like, does she ship to the U.S.?
You know what? You can email her. It's in my ClickBit thing. You just talk to her. But yeah, I was like, so I put in for it and I sent her the money and stuff. And I was like, yeah. And so she messaged me today and she's like, okay, so for what age group are you looking for? Because a lot of people do it for their kids or teenagers, right? And I went, it's for me. And she started laughing. She's like, well, what do you want? And I went, I want all the things. So,
all.
yeah.
Give them all to me.
Yeah. So yeah. So sorry, kind of sidetracked here for a second.
That is an excellent idea, and I would love if she would ship to the United States. Although I feel like shipping 25 books to the United States might be pricey. Might be. I'm gonna assume
3 books, $26.76.
And that's more for y'all though than it is for us, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what it cost me to ship 3 books, $26.76.
One book. Wow. Because I know I've sent 3-ish books to Canada, and it was no, because when I sent 3 books to Canada, it was about $30. So y'all,
it is insane. And the worst part is I paid for a 7-day delivery, and how many days did it take for you to get those books? It was like 14 days or something ridiculous.
It was like 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2023, right? Because I want April's. Oh shoot, April's beside the bed because I'm reading it. But yeah, sorry, it is. It's in my bedroom. But yeah, it's a great book so far. But you got to read April's book. It's really good.
I have it, that one's next.
Yeah,
Because I had April on, but we hadn't had time to get the book yet.
yeah. No, it's a great book, and it's a great story. She's really, really, really. Yes, you're by my
She
bed.
said, "Oh, I'm by your bed." Sorry, I got sidetracked again. Mood reader or playing TBR?
Oh, mood reader.
Motorcycle romance or secret society?
Oh, MC.
Best friend or best friend sibling?
That's from sibling. You know that hot brother that comes, that you used to have a little crush on, and then they come
Hmm.
back, and
Yeah.
you meet up again. Yeah,
Let's see. Slow burn or fast action?
whatever the story needs. Yeah,
Uh, Forbidden love or second chance?
I'll go with forbidden over second chance.
Morally gray or cinnamon roll?
You do realize Jensen's my favorite character, right?
Mhm.
So no, morally
Mhm.
gray. I want him to hand me the innards and say, "Here, darling, I have a
If
gift for
y'all
you."
didn't know,
Yeah,
Weekend with Desiree, she claimed Jensen.
yeah,
Y'all just she licked him. He's hers.
yeah.
There's no.
And Tara's
That's
right,
it.
both at the same time. I mean, because they can have a cinnamon roll aspect to them.
Hmm.
But I mean, nothing says I love you like handing somebody a body part.
I
So,
mean, it does things to a girl. It does. It does. I'm with you on that. Fake dating or forced proximity?
I like fake dating because I think it's fun. Forced proximity is also fun, but yeah, I like fake dating because I think you can go. There's so much comedy that can happen with that. So,
Werewolf or a kitsune?
okay, so here's the thing. I'm sitting up for this
Sitting
one.
up for this one.
Gonna adjust the pillow in the back here. Hold on.
Oh yeah, you're back.
Yeah, so I've been looking at these kitsunes, okay,
Right?
and they have the coolest tails, right? It's just like what, nine tails to them, I think it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but I have a golden retriever, okay, and I know what the grooming for that alone is.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm thinking at these kitsunes and I'm looking at it, all those extra tails with trying to do the that's a lot. Um, but I'll take a kitsune.
Look, I'm just saying, in a paranormal shifter world, those tails might come in handy. You never know. You just never
Right.
know.
Right. I mean,
And,
I'm just thinking of the waving, like, when they're happy to see you and it's just like
right?
bopping all over you. Like you're just
Look, it could be to your benefit. It could. Panther or a tiger?
Oh, damn.
I feel like I put this one in here for TD.
Yeah, it's okay. So tigers, I mean, okay, so basically you're saying basically I have a panther and a tiger, right? So
Yeah.
you're asking me,
We can skip this one. I won't be
yeah,
that
you're
mean.
asking me to choose child there. No, no, can't do that. So,
No. Okay, let's go. Hellhound or a basilisk?
basilisks are super cool, and I have read some really cool basilisk shifters. Romance, I have.
I need to know about this because I have not.
Oh yeah, there's a whole like a 3 or 5 book series on it. Yeah,
Oh, I'm gonna need to find that.
Yeah,
when I have time to read it, because clearly I don't right now.
T.S. Joyce, I think did them. Yeah. But I'll double check for you. But I think it was T.S. Joyce. I'm gonna say Hellhound, because hell hath no fury.
And then of course our last three: robots or dinosaurs,
Dinosaurs,
vampires or zombies,
vampires.
and then ninjas or pirates.
I'm gonna say pirates, and Brooke's gonna be like, "No, not pirates." I've totally destroyed Brooke for pirates. Now pirates will never be the same for her, and I'm sorry. I apologize. But yes.
It seems like we had that conversation over breakfast. Did we talk about that, or you gave me like the basic, like she didn't retell the story because she couldn't retell it. But it seems like she remembered that conversation and was not happy. It was quite funny.
Yeah. So Tara asked me the other day there we were talking about road names, right? I couldn't think of one. And then today I actually said to her, I said, if I couldn't use trigger warning, I said I would use Alice. Because like Alice, I will go down a rabbit hole for research. And I did on pirates. And then I shared my information with Brooke. And she will never look at pirates or that, yeah, of that nature ever again the same. And I'm sorry, I have ruined it all for her. But I like to share the information that I find. So
I mean, absolutely. Brooke, I think you need to share that information with me. I need to know what it is that you know.
just look up Peg Boy.
Do I want to?
That's all I'm gonna say.
Brooke said no. Do I need to have private filter on? Stop.
Yeah, you might want to. I mean, I've got all the alphabet watching me now, so I don't care. I mean, seriously, the amount of research that I did for the things that went into those books. I mean, each book has something that's probably got me on a list. So,
Look, that's why just every now and then you type in your computer, I'm an author, and you name your FBI agent. So give him a name and let him know I'm an author. It's for research purposes, and then you backspace.
exactly.
All right. Let's spin this wheel. And y'all don't look at my table if y'all see it. Y'all didn't see it because it's a little bit messy because I've been crafting for 2 days, 3 days, something like that. I don't know.
Oh, did you get my email, by the way?
I did. And then I started making salt. It's gonna be Jackie. Which is she devilish reads on here? I don't know if she's devilish reads on here. I'm writing that down. Sorry. Let me turn y'all back around. Okay, so we have more people in here than we did to start. It's trying to make y'all look at my table. I'm sorry. We have more people in here than we did in the beginning. So let's go over one more time what is happening in February.
So in February, a bunch of us are taking over the Grand Hotel in Carleton Place, Ontario. It's called the Grand Author Takeover. It is an author signing event. February 23rd and 24th. We're having a meet and greet on on that Friday night, and then Saturday is the author signing event. You come in, lots of books. We have cover models coming. We have tons of authors from all over both sides of the border. Yes, there'll be an 80s dance party before she even types it in. But yeah, it's great. And the cool thing about it is the hotel itself is also, each room is themed and named after, different authors or poets. So it was very, it just fit. So yeah, Joey Barry's going to be there. If you haven't looked him up on Instagram, you're welcome. Go ahead. He's going to be there. He's from Ottawa. He's actually from that area, and he's been on over 50 book covers, and he's won numerous fitness awards and modeling awards. He's pretty. He's pretty. Yeah.
So yeah. So remember, y'all are gonna have to have on your Secure Titties t-shirt and walk Brooks up to him so she can speak to him. Okay.
100%. 100%. Absolutely. And our beautiful Brit's going to be there.
Yes.
So again, here's Brit and no, actually, Brit, I'll talk to you about that. But yeah, so click on Brit and follow her. She's very easy to work with, and she's open for working with people. And if you can get her away from us right now, because we've kind of, she's like I said, she's done 2 photo shoots for us now. We're just kind of hoarding pictures, but
I mean, eventually she'll make it around to everybody else, but right now she's kind of like on pause because the hype girls have kind of just grabbed her up.
well, it's a great opportunity for her to meet
Oh yeah.
in person and talk to a bunch of different authors too, so that you know, they can work things out for future commissions, which would be great.
And y'all, this lineup for TGAT, like seriously, I want to try to get my passport in time because this lineup is incredible. Y'all have got some of my absolute favoriteest authors, and they're all going to be in one place, and y'all need to go. Y'all need to go. Where can they buy their tickets at?
You can go to it's on Eventbrite, but you can go to thegrandauthortakeover.com. There's a click, it'll take you right to Eventbrite where you can purchase your tickets. And also, you can do an add-on for the Hear Me Out anthology piece. This is all going, this is a charity event too, by the way. It's going to First Book Canada. And so the proceeds from the anthology, it's like 100% proceeds, other minus print cost, obviously. But if you get the ebook, 100%, it all goes through to the charity. And 50% of the profits made from the event are going to First Book, and the reason why is A, we have to pay for the event, and B, we would like to put a little bit aside to do this again next year, the following year. So we'd like this to be an annual thing. So
That would be wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then if people want to find you off of this app, where can they go?
Well,
Go put some pants on.
I have a link in my bio. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook. I'm usually here. I check Facebook about a lot less than I should, about every 7 to 10 days. It's like, yeah, it's like, you know, it's like taking penicillin, right? I check it every 7 to 10 days. You take it every 7 to 10 days. It's like, so but that's what I do. But yeah, usually, yeah. But you know what? I'm easy to get a hold of. You can message me, you can email me. Hell, most people have my phone number. You know, you can call me. I don't care. Seriously. So, you know.
And if people want to find your books, where do they need to go to find all of these lovely books?
Okay, so I'm on Amazon, but I'm also in Chapters, which is basically the Canadian version of Barnes and Noble. I'm also at Dog-Eared Books, which is a independent bookstore in Ormocto, and she actually has a website too, so you can order books off. So you can go check her website and order books off there too. Yeah, so I'm in the places and the things. So, or if you want signed copies, you can email me directly and we'll work it out, because that's the easiest way of doing it.
And I know you're going to be at TGAT. Are you doing any other author events next year, or do you have any others planned?
I don't have anything else planned for next year. I'm taking one day at a time right now, just to get the things done that I need to do and see what happens. So
That's more than fair.
yeah.
Tarja said, I don't want to put pants on. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to my child.
But I put a bra on for this, okay? So
Right?
right?
Look, I feel that. I felt that in my soul. Does anybody in the comments have questions? Sometimes these comments move really fast and I miss them. So I like to take a second, and if you've got a question, please drop it in the comments. And if you haven't already, go read these books. Okay, I'm almost done with this one. and I will be jumping into this one. So basically, my next couple days at work, I'm going to finish these, and then I've got some audibles that a friend of mine sent me that I'm going to be listening to.
So basically, you're going to start yelling at me in a few days. Okay.
Oh God.
Cool,
Oh
cool,
God.
cool.
Okay.
Cool, cool. My
Oh,
husband still gives me shit about two things in True. So just so you know.
well, I'm
Yes.
hoping that I will be finished with this one by tomorrow, and I will go ahead and start this one. Which, again, I read on my Kindle, so my books look like they haven't been touched, but I promise you, it's because I read them on my. I don't want to mess them up because, like you were talking about breaking the spine,
Yeah.
I do that.
Where do you buy books for $15 each?
Huh? Where did you buy books for 50? Yelling it from across the continent. Tracy, what did you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean by?
Are you talking about the store that she was talking about?
Oh yeah, because I only sell this for 15. In store? In store it's $14.99. On the Zon it's like $12.99. But I just because of the taxes and the things, but yeah. So yeah, my books are not that expensive. Again, I think it's like on the Zon this is like $12.99, this is like $13.99, and then I think this one here is $15.99 or something like that. But it's just because print costs. Because like I went small, medium, and large.
Got thicker.
Yeah.
Can y'all tell when she started working with the Hype Girls? Like,
Yeah.
you got one, and then you got two, and then you got three. The difference is here.
Oh, way back you had a receipt. You bought books for free. Oh no, I sent out 3 books and it cost me in shipping $26.76. Is that what you're talking about? So, or are you talking about the advent calendar that Emily's doing? Because that's a thing with the bookstore, and that's like 25 books for $36, which is ridiculous. Oh, the book bundle. Yeah, I did do a book bundle too, didn't I?
What book bundle?
Oh, well, okay, so when the books came out, people will buy directly from me in person too, right? And what I did like a limited thing, like when True came out, because it was final of the series, locally, I put out that, if you wanted all three, I sold them locally. I gave it was like a week. You had like a week to
Ah,
let me know. $40 for all three.
that's not fair.
Yeah. So about it.
Tracy, did you get your question answered, dear?
If I didn't answer it correctly, just message me and I'll try to clear it up because I'm not good with.
She said, I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions, we're going to call it a night. Don't forget the Hype Girls are live tomorrow at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I hear that Miss KM Ringer has got some news that she's going to be dropping in that live. She won't tell anybody, but she'll tell you that's a really good guess. But that's all the information she was willing to spare. I don't know. Like, I'm curious. I need to know. So make sure y'all go check that out tomorrow. Thank you guys for joining. Sarren, thank you for finally coming and talking to me. It took me long enough to get you.
Thank you. And also don't forget that tomorrow night we'll also be celebrating Tarta's birthday because Tarta's birthday is on Wednesday.
Crap, I didn't get that box in the mail. Okay, Tarta, your birthday present's gonna be a little bit late.
So
I had a sick kid today. I didn't make it to the post office.
So don't forget, please stop in tomorrow night to the Hype Girl Live to wish Tara a happy birthday. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So, but thank you, Shelley. I love coming on here and spending time with you. And get your passport expedited, please.
Okay. Look, I'll start that now. Passport. Okay, I got it. It's on my list. I'll start it. Whose birthday? Brooke's birthday is tomorrow?
Not WL.
WL book.
No, hers is the 20th of December.
Oh, okay. I was like,
No,
she
hers-
said not me. Okay, I was confused.
Yeah.
All right, y'all go check out these books. Sarren, come back anytime. I would love to have you. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I will see you guys later. Remember, Hype Girls tomorrow, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on their channel.
And congratulations, Jackie. So, okay.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.